6:15 del Tuesday. And my old alarm clock went off as usual. The same short, sharp beep, so familiar it was like it was part of early flesh and blood. I turned it off immediately. Not because I was afraid of being late, but because I didn't want to wake Sarah, the little girl in the next room, my only daughter, the only thing I had in this world. Setting a normal, regular image, father getting out of bed, bedroom quiet, early morning light filtering through the curtains. Thomas, voiceover. She's a very light sleeper. The sound of the hinges is enough to wake her up. And when she doesn't sleep, we're both tired all day. Thomas walks into the bathroom, looks in the mirror. 42 years old. Gray hair at the temples. The lines around the eyes are no longer the marks of a smile but of years. 8 years of single parenting don't leave a medal, but they do leave marks. And wear them on my face every day. Kitchen scene, tiddy table, lunchbox, butter, knife and bread. Thomas, voiceover. I always make Sarah's lunch. Peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Carrot sticks. And those chocolate chip cookies she likes. Sarah's voice is over the sound of footsteps dragging on the wooden floor. Sarah, sleepy-eyed, disheveled, holding her old stuffed bunny named Emma Whiskers. You missed the cookies, Dad. Thomas, smiling softly. Just once, Dad, you forgot. You're not a war criminal. Sarah, grinning teasingly. Jenny had Oreos that day. I had apples. How humiliating, you know. Knee gaps peace. Thomas sits at the table, turns on his phone, scrolls through the news. Thomas, voiceover. I'm skimming through some of the morning news. Another solar storm is approaching Earth. A report from Canada says the northern lights have suddenly appeared in Florida. I'm not a scientist, but something's wrong. It's a nagging feeling, like the ticking of a clock that you can't quite name. Kitchen knee shows weather map, low pressure lines twisting erratically. Heavy fog in the eastern states. Visibility warning. Same old newscast, but the announcer's voice is strange, like he's reading a death notice. First lay. Kitchen window. Sarah presses her face to the glass. Sarah, whispering. Dad, it's foggy. Thomas. Yeah, it's a good thing this time of year. Sarah, eyes wide, head tilted to look out. Not like the usual. It's still. Not flying, not swirling, not dissipating like it's looking back at me. Thomas goes to the window, looks out, a thick milky white spreads across the lawn, encircles the fence, silent. Thomas, voiceover. I can't see anything, even Laura Peterson's house next door is a blur. But Sarah's right. There's something wrong with this fog. It's not alive. It's waiting. Leave a silent forecast. Thomas takes his son to the car, turns on the radio. The EA is talking vaguely about fog in neighboring states. If you're on the road, turn on your headlights and avoid those white floating figures, They're probably ghosts, just kidding. Thomas smiles at his daughter, but there is something unsettling in his eyes. Thomas, voiceover. I was a soldier. I traveled through places that were not on the map. And one thing learned was that the quietest things were always the most dangerous. The fog that day didn't just hide something. It was something. Cut off, beginning a crisis. Thomas' car turns onto the main road. Everything is a thick gray-white. Thomas' voiceover. I didn't know that morning it would be the last morning we would ever call normal. Just as I didn't know, in less than 12 hours, I would teach my daughter how to survive in a world where just looking would mean losing everything. On the way to school, the fog got thicker. At first I thought it was just morning mist. But the headlights couldn't penetrate it like the light was being swallowed up. It didn't spread out, didn't lally, didn't move, it just stood there, solid. It was like something waiting. Here moving through town. Image of Millbrook town covered in white mist, pedestrians stop and look up, traffic lights flashing. Thomas drives, leaning close to the steering wheel to get better look. Sarah is in the back seat, silently hugging Emma whiskers. Sarah, in a low voice. Daddy, I don't like this fog. It's not like real fog. Thomas, trying to laugh. It's just the weather, monkey. I'm lying. And I know I'm lying. The real fog is cold and damp. This makes my skin tingle like an electric current is running backwards. Like it's testing me. Radio breaks. Radio sound, distorted music, then interrupted by strange noises. This is a warning, don't look at. A soft whisper cuts through the radio waves. Thomas. Thomas, quickly turning off the radio. Must be interference. Scene. Thomas receives urgent message. Phone vibrates. Image of text message from Sarah appears on screen. Sarah, she won't let you go out to play. She said don't go out. The fog changes. It makes noise. I'm scared. I pulled over to the side of the road. Then my heart was pounding. At that moment all the phones in the car next to me rang at the same time. National warning. The phone screen flashed a large red letter, the emergency siren it true. National emergency warning. And look ito. Close the windows immediately. Thomas, whispering. What the hell is going on? Chaos outside. Fast forward image, the town was shrouded in fog. Eman opened the car door, got out, looked up at the highway. His face was blank, then suddenly screamed in pain. A teenager looked out the second-story window, then threw himself headlong onto the porch. An old woman sat in a chair, motionless, smiling, eyes wide open. The security camera footage loops. People stop, look, and then either disappear or scream like crazy. Thomas here and Tina missed. Thomas tries to restart the car. The fog is thick. His eyes dart around, then stop at the rearview mirror. And then I saw a blurry figure in the rearview mirror, tall, thin, motionless. Standing in the fog like a wax statue. I know, deep in my spine, that if I turn around, if I look straight at it, I'll never be me again. Sarah, trembling, almost crying. Don't go out, Dad, don't go anywhere. Thomas, holding his son's hand, whispering. Promise. I'll always be there for you. But now, I have to pick you up from school. And I have to do it before whatever's out there finds us. Scene change. Thomas speeds through the foggy road. Sirens wail in the distance. Screams echo from somewhere in the distance. This isn't the weather anymore. It's not a natural phenomenon anymore. This is the beginning. And whoever sees it first is the first to disappear. I knew shouldn't go out. The warning was clear, stay inside, close all the doors. But my daughter is at school. And if I don't get there in time, there might be nothing left to save. The already school, town is deformed. Image blurs, cars drive slowly through deserted streets, lights flashing, cars abandoned in the middle of the street. The fog isn't just thick now, it seems alive. It's pressed against the car window, silent as if it's whispering. Rearview mirror reveals a still figure, tall, thin, face blurred in the fog. I saw it first in the rearview mirror. An entity standing still. Not moving. But every time turn it somewhere else. Thomas seeing a child land TV middle, Yevy Road. Thomas brakes hard, the child is about 12 years old, standing in the middle of the road, trembling. Thomas shouting. Child, where are you going? Where did you come from? Anyway, I lost little mother uncle. Thomas gets out, looks around, no one. Wraps the child in his coat. Thomas. It's okay, come here, get in the car with me. Ila suddenly looks Lee. The boy's face stops. Eyes wide open. Unblinking. Smiling slightly. Mom, the boy's voice says. Not child's voice. It's Ila mother's voice. Who died more than 20 years ago. Scene, Ila, changed the dynamic look. Thomas steps back, the boy's face begins to distort. Pale skin. Cloudy eyes. Mouth whispers. Thomas and my son. I'm so cold. I've heard strange things on the battlefield. But never a child imitating his mother's voice. With soulless lips. Scene, Thomas running, I follows. Thomas panics, runs to the car, hands shaking as he unlocks it in the mirror. The tall entity still stands behind the boy, not moving, but looking straight at Thomas. It didn't chase. Didn't say anything. It just stood there looking. And it felt like my whole memory was being ripped out of early brain. Scene, nearly school, doors closed. Thomas drives to the school gates, police cars abandoned, gates closed, fog blanketing the yard. He picks up the phone, just touches it, and it rings, Sarah's school. Principal Harrison's voice, whispering, shaking. Thomas, come right away. I'll get Sarah out. But don't look out. Whatever you see, don't look up. Scene, wife's voice, last test before meeting children. Thomas steps out of the car, eyes on the ground. Counting steps. A woman's voice, close, like standing right behind. Thomas, don't you remember me? You promised you wouldn't leave me. That voice was his wife's voice. The one who died of cancer. The tone, the breathing, everything chillingly true. I almost turned around. I wanted to believe. I needed to believe. But deep down, I knew. She's not here anymore. And the thing calling me is only wearing the mask of memory. Scene, Sarah appears, rescue. School door opens, Principal Harrison leads Sarah out, covering her eyes, motioning for Thomas to stay still. Sarah, crying, running into her father's arms. Daddy. I saw something, it was standing right in the backyard. Miss Russell said don't look. I didn't look. I didn't look, Daddy. Escape from school, things coming. Thomas carries her into the car, closes the door. Outside, the fog is moving. It's like dozens of tall entities are approaching from multiple directions. Principal Harrison's voice on the phone. Run! And remember, no matter who calls your names, don't stop. No one else is real but you two. I don't know where I'm going. Just know my daughter is in my arms. And I can't let her become one of them. The door slammed behind Sarah and me like a curtain blocking out the completely transformed world outside. But I knew what was out there wouldn't stop just because we were inside. Scene, living room, window covering, holes closing. Father and son hurriedly pulled the curtains, covered the windows with towels, covered them with chairs. Sarah pulls a blanket from the closet. Thomas tapes the cracks in the windows. Thomas, breathing heavily, reassuringly. We'll build a fort. Like the last time the power went out, remember? Sarah, voice trembling. Can we do it, Dad? Thomas, looking at his son, nodding firmly. Sure. Our fort, nothing can get through. Scene, Lily completed year 4. Father and son sit in that blanket tent in the middle of the living room, unicorn lights flashing pale purple. Outside, fog pressed against the glass. Unusually quiet. I was in Fallujah, Iraq in 2005. Heard gunshots close to my ear, mines exploding under my feet. But that thing, at least I could see it could shoot back. But this thing, it's invisible, soundless, and it's imitating the voice of the person I love the most. Scene, voices calling outside the door. Knock gently on the glass door, knock, knock, knock. A woman's voice rings out, soft, gentle like a mother's. Sarah, it's me, can you open the door? Sarah, shaking her voice. Dad, really, are you here? Thomas, squeezing his hand. Your mother is in a better place, monkey. Don't listen, there's no one out there. Voice changes to Principal Harrison. Thomas. It's me. It's safe, they're out. You can come out. Thomas, snarling. Shut up. You're not him. Scene, Sarah Delia, a spine-splitting question. Sarah, whispering. That way are they impersonating the voices of the people they love? What do they want? What do they want us to look into their eyes for? Thomas, staring into the pale purple light, voice hoarse. I don't know. Maybe they need new people. Maybe they're hungry. Or they just like to play with LA fears. There was something in their eyes like a bottomless pit. Once you look into them you fall. And never come back. Scene, Lee fairy tale land Eve sheep sentinel. Sarah snuggles up to her father, whispering. Tell me a story like the old days, okay, Dad? Thomas, in a low voice, beginning to tell. Once upon a time there was a brave princess who lived in a kingdom surrounded in darkness. During the day, she studied painting. At night, she built a fortress out of pillows and magic lamps. Beside her was the kingdom's last guardian, the father. Outside, the knocking gets louder, the voices change. Friends, teachers, Sarah's voice. Thomas, still speaking, more firmly. And though the ghosts call your name, though they pretend to be the ones you love most, the princess doesn't open the door. Just remember your father is holding your hand and it's real. Scene, emotional climax, Father Ben and Al still stay. Father and daughter embrace in the tent. Unicorn lights flash. The calls outside fade. The mist clings to the glass but no longer echo. Amidst the false calls, amidst the whispers of fear, I choose to hold on to the truest voice. Young daughter's breathing in my heart. Scene change, mist begins to change, significantly nearly in. We didn't leave. Not looking. Not listening. Not responding. And when the call stopped, I started to think maybe they were bored. Or preparing something else. No knocking. No more familiar voices. Not because they left, but because something else is coming. Something that even they fear. Scene, first sound from laser. Helicopter, loudspeaker screeching in silence. This La Federal Emergency Response. We conducting a cluster rescue. Stand Len Place. Stand Len Place. And look ito. And the open doors. Rescue team will approach with neuro-optical filter. Scene, door opens, eerily appears. The main door is broken open, blue lights sweep across the room. Soldiers in black, blue glowing goggles enter, weapons unlike the usual ones. Commander, hissing through mask. 2 civilians. 1 adult male, 1 juvenile female. No visual contact. Condition, stable. Goggles on now. 3 seconds to lock vision. Do not open eyes until done. Scene, Ye from Beauty Filter. Thomas and Sarah put on the glasses, the world changes color. The mist appears as red plasma, the entities take on their true forms, tall, thin, moving jerkily, heads indistinct. When I put on the glasses, I see the real world. Things that used to hide in the mist are now visible. They are no longer whispering. They are retreating, hiding from the artificial light of mankin. Scene, Banbay armor, ye journey ne safe zone. Army vehicles speed Eli. On the road, houses are burning, soldiers spray chemicals to clear the mist. Neighbors are being rounded up. We are being taken to an evacuation center, the old school Eli. Where the Halloween party used to be is now the last refuge. Scene, inside Livy Center, Livy survivors. Camera pans to familiar faces, and Mara Peterson, Imar Harrison, even Miss Russell, their eyes tired, lost but human. Thomas, looking around. Alive, we survived. Scene, control room argument. Thomas walks across the closed room, the door is not completely closed. Inside, the commanding officer and the government doctor argue. Officer, we can't go public. The people won't take it. Doc, so how long are you going to hide it? 2019, 2022, now 2025. Every time the fog comes back, it comes back stronger. We should have been prepared 10 years ago. Thomas, voiceover. I shouldn't have listened. But he did. Scene, horror discovery, possessed. Sarah is examined medically. Across the room, a man, his face dull, his eyes empty, is kept in a private room. Young doctor, whispering. He looked directly for more than 8 seconds. But it's still him. We think he's naturally resistant. Officer, hesitating. Vaccine. Biological serum. Doctor. If that's true, his blood could save the country. Or it could be one of their more sophisticated biological traps. Scene, military explanation, the first time they call them. Lee's screen displays image of entity, along with map of red zone spreading around the world. Alien Omega class entity, codename Hollow Ones. Mechanism of entry, direct vision. Natural defense mechanism, non-responsive, non-seeing, non-invited. Immune target, children 5 to 11 years old. Need to verify. EM Scene, Niri World, Season 2. Thomas and Sarah sit on the steps of the evacuation zone. Outside, the military continues to burn fog. Helicopters roar overhead. Warnings blare from loudspeakers. Sarah, whispering, "Are we going back home, Dad?" Thomas, "No, not that house. The world is different, monkey." Thomas looks up at the railway. In the dawn light, the mist still lingers on the horizon. Thomas says, "We survived one night. But how many more nights like that are ahead? If this is the first test, then what will be the final truth?"